We're going live a little early. We're going live a little early. Wasn't my best attempt at harmonizing, but hey, we're here. Hello, my name is Margaret, and thank you for coming by my channel. You are on BookTube. We've got a book tag for today, so a very booktubian adventure. So hope you're ready for that. I've got all sorts of things piled up in readiness behind the screen that you can't see, both on the screen and next to the screen. I've got props for show and tell, so very excited about this. What are we doing today? It is the Get to Know Me More book tag, and I'm combining this with my Celebrate 500 Subscribers broadcast, I guess we're going to call it, and that means that I'm doing giveaways because why not? I love the giveaway tool, so this will be another excuse to use it. So hello, everybody. Hello, Anita. Hello, John. There we go. Hello, Maggie. How you guys doing? I don't know if you guys have seen this tag. It's by Maza Booktuber, who I'm not familiar with, but they put it out last year, and I was tagged by Dark Roots Creations, which is Leanne, and she's a fellow booktuber. So very excited to jump in and get a little silly with some show and tell in my family background and other stuff. You'll see. Leo is here. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Maggie, for the congratulations. Seems like it took forever, but that's okay. We're moving on. So let's just get started. Usually I do coming attractions, but I think I've done that enough lately. So let's just jump into the questions. First question is, what's your channel about? I'm pretty sure if I polled the people present, they could give me a good answer. I was just going to paraphrase it by saying connecting readers and writers and deep diving into the seas of books, because there's always more to find. There's always more to love. There's always more on my shelves, for example, because I am a person who can shop forever in my own TBR, as it were. And so, yeah, the channel is about talking about books, talking a little bit about author stuff as well. As I said, there's like 25 to 30% of AuthorTube in there because I am an author. So that is what my channel is about. Number 2, how old are you? I can't even get the question now. How old are you? I'm 40 years old. So there we go. Number 3, what's your relationship status? We're getting very personal here very quick, and I am single as of now. Number 4, what's the question phrased? Did you go to college / occupation? So we'll interpret that as we will. I did go to college, and my occupation is writer for the moment. So we're all many faceted creatures, but we'll have that do for the moment for that very generic answer. And in case you're landing on this later and someone lovely has shared it on their social media and you don't know who I am a writer who writes historical fiction books. I've got 5 out. They're normally set in the 19th century. They're normally got something to do with Scotland because someone's obsessed. So yeah, so that's my channel and me and the background. Question number 5, where are you from / live? And these are all down in the description box if you're looking to do something like this for some reason as well. I am from a little town called San Luis Obispo, California. It's like 40,000 people. It's pretty small, except there's a college there, so there's like 50% more people during the school year. And I live in Portland, Oregon. So one of the great places in the world, in my opinion. So that's pretty fun. I love it here because, like I said, obsessed with Scotland. And we've got a lot of similar things. We've got moss, we've got fog, we've got mountains, we've got coastline, sort of, almost. So it's a close second. So that's where I was born and where I live. Number 6. So here we start to get introspective. Number 6 is looking back, what would you have told your 10-year-old self? And so for this tag, I did look into some old photo albums and I found this little gem. So I thought I'd show this off. This is my dancing troupe when I was 10. Can you tell which one I am? I mean, It's pretty obvious, right? You've got 4 people smiling, and then you've got me making a face because I understood the assignment. So when I was little, I did Scottish Highland dancing, and this was called the Irish washerwoman dance, was what we were dressed up for. And what it is, unfortunately, is the Scots making fun of the Irish who are at the low end of the social scale and doing laundry because that is not some task that anyone wants to do. So they made up a dance where they were making fun of Irish washerwomen, and you do sort of swishing of the skirts and like shaking your fists because you're angry at someone for some reason. And my 10-year-old self doesn't remember what the other reasons were that were explained, but yeah, so that's the backstory and the, culturally iffy origins of the dance. But what would I tell that 10-year-old self? I would have to say, you don't need to commit to every character. It's okay to just have fun. So just for that moment, I did a lot of different things. I tried a lot of different hobbies. My parents supported me in all of them, like sports and camp and scouts and dance and all these things at horseback riding. And, the curiosity, it doesn't lead you wrong, but it can lead you off some side tangents, but that's okay. That's what life is about. So that's what my channel is about, side tangents, right? All the pretty places. Yeah, Portland, Scotland. Leo says, haha, love that moss and fog are the top 2 reasons you cited for PDX. I mean, yes, photos very cute, adorable. 10-year-olds are pretty adorable. So yeah. So that's what I would tell my 10-year-old self. I wouldn't tell her to go any different on the path from there because I have had a lot of good experiences. So there we go. There's show and tell number 1. Question number 7. Tell us about your family. So my family. I am one of 4 children. I am the 3rd in the order of 4. There are 3 girls and a boy. The boy's last. And I am the only child in my first family that is not married with kids. So that's good. That feels great. But what's fun is when we get together and talk about things, pretty much everyone has a sense of humor. And we've got boomers, and we've got Gen X, and we've got millennials, and we've got Gen Z, which is my niece and nephews. And so it's just fun because we have all those cross-generational opportunities for humor, shall we say. So that's fun. What else? A lot of them are in California. Some are sprinkled around the world, like Texas and Japan. I got to meet one of my nephews for the first time at Christmas, which was really, really cool. They do all normal things like jobs. I am the black sheep of the family in that respect. What else about my family? There are people who have been in politics, and Barrett Laurie knows about that. We have a back burning type, not proclivity, intention perhaps to talk about our moms and our growing up in politics, because that would be fun. But yeah, strong family, good childhood memories. The other really cool thing that will come up in any family conversation is that I went to Yosemite like every 2 years growing up for a family reunion of my dad's side of the family. So we'd have like 40, 50 people all rent cabins and like go to the watering hole and do the hikes and play poker at night, even though I was too young and I didn't get to. And like that was a real formative memory. So that's like something I would recommend to anyone who hasn't been to California or who hasn't been to Yosemite. I'm looking at you, Allison. I don't think she has. So yeah, that's some cool family stuff. So there you go. Question number 8. Let's see. 8 is, what's your favorite holiday? Oh, I think I did this. Did I answer this wrong? No, I didn't. Okay. I would say Christmas is my favorite holiday because you've got cozy, you've got baking, you've got giving, and you've got gratitude. So those are distributed among other holidays, but not all at once. And so that's why I like Christmas for that because it brings it all together. You've got family and friends and decorations and seasonal scents and just an extra effort that a lot of people make around that time, at least in America, in my time and place. And it just feels like, I mean, I don't attend Black Friday events. I was just gonna say it feels like people are nicer and make more effort, but I guess that's self-selecting as well. So maybe you guys have a different vantage point on that. Let me know. So that's favorite holiday. Number 9, you have no budget. What is your dream vacation? And I wasn't sure if this meant no budget as in no money. So what is your dream destination, or no budget as in the sky's the limit? So I checked on Leanne's video who tagged me and she interpreted it sky's the limit. So I'll go with that too. And I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Exile Lifestyle. It's Colin, and I don't remember his last name. I just remember the blog, but I followed his blog for a good year or more, maybe 2 years. He's one of the he's not one of the minimalists from Minnesota, but he has interviewed them several times and they like do a lot of projects together. And he has a similar vibe aesthetic, but he also does all these like thought experiments and innovations. And let me rein it back in. Exile Lifestyle was his, I guess, big first big project. And basically what he did was say, I'm going to live somewhere in the world for 3 months. You guys get to vote and decide. So he puts up like, I don't know, 5 choices and people would vote on where he should go. And then he just goes to live there and like deals with it. So I think that would be pretty cool. And so I said, Colin Wright, that was what it is. I wrote it down. 3 months each, except I wouldn't have people vote. I would go 3 months each in my destinations of choice. And so it would turn into a year because we have 3 months first in London to get outfitted and just enjoy the cityscape, to Inverness, which is in Scotland. And it's a tiny city. It's probably smaller than San Luis Obispo, but it is, I don't know, years ahead in atmosphere and history. So I really loved being there, especially for Leakey's Bookshop, which is a church that was turned into a bookstore. Wrap your mind around that. It's a church from the 18th or earlier century that was turned into a bookstore. And it was amazing. So I've been wanting to go back ever since. That was like 2013. So we're due for a trip. So anyway, Inverness for the second 3 months. I said GAL. I think I meant GLA, which is Glasgow. So down the Great Glen from Glasgow. So down the Great Glen from Inverness is Glasgow, which is a huge metropolitan center. Lots of history, lots of museums, lots of access to the Western Isles and the Hebrides, which is where my series is based. So I have been there several times now, and with my mother, and it's been good every time. I just discover new things. So Glasgow would definitely be a good spot to perch on. And then the final 3 months would be Paris because my French needs some brushing up. So yeah, I would go back to Paris, find a new place for croissants and baguettes, and walk the city once again, and be there in the only season for which I haven't, which is spring. Yes, I've been there fall, winter, and summer, but not spring. So we'd have to end in the spring in Paris. Aren't I sappy? So there you go. Anita's saying, my dream vacation would be to tour my favorite historic sites in Britain and Ireland. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, and I'm sure you would load up on the background research for your series, whether they be horror or fairy tale or just historical, dramatical, as someone from Shakespeare might say. Very cool. I co-sign that. Excellent. Let me take this down because I think we're going to put something else up soon. After the dream vacation, this is where I put my little pointer. Thanks for being here. Like and subscribe. I'd love to see someone share this later so that it gets out to a greater audience. Question number 10. My biggest pet peeve. Ooh, Ooh, okay. Well, this was an easy one because, toilet seat? Toilet seat. It's pretty simple, it's pretty classic. It doesn't need to be improved, it just needs to be eliminated. Toilet seats are supposed to be down. Toilet lids supposed to be down. This doesn't need any discussion on my channel at all. I would also say that like leaving the TV on and lights on and sound on and just like extraneous energy that's being put out into the world for no purpose, also a big pet peeve. So yeah, watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. Let's see. Question number 11. Ooh, here we get into some more show and tells from my pile over here. Question 11. What book changed your life? Okay, so I really want to hear your guys' answers for this one too, even if you're not thinking of doing the tag. I've got 3 candidates, and so I went early. Not children's book early, but formational early. And I would start with the one I don't have, which is A Separate Piece. And actually, I think Barrett was the one who didn't know about this book when I mentioned it. And so I would really recommend it to him. It changed my life. I read it in 8th grade as part of a classroom assignment. It's by John Knowles. And it's about 2 guys in a prep school. And like, it's kind of like Talented Mr. Ripley vibes. There's like something that happens and like you don't know who's a reliable narrator before that was a thing. And it's about these 2 best friends and their relationship. And being in 8th grade with a best friend, it just complicated things, opened my eyes. Like there was a lot of interesting conversation. So I remember that being like is this what's happening? Like I wondered if the fiction was mirroring my life, that kind of thing. So 13-year-olds, what are you going to do, right? And then for the other 2 books that changed my life, I couldn't decide. So, I mean, my versions, my editions are not pretty, but you know, we're gonna stick these up here and be proud. Hamlet, I was in the play at sophomore year in high school. I played Ophelia. It was amazing. You got to deep dive into textual analysis. You got to act over and over in different ways to try to pull meaning from the text. And it's one of those that you always can grab more from and like understand different things from depending on where you are. I was just on BookTube with Amy's channel and she said, "What can I say? I just love a moody wee prince boy." And I was like, I hear you. So this is where it started. She was talking about Holly Black's The Cruel Prince, but she also loved Hamlet and she's done a whole video on that too. So maybe I'll pop that up here as a card later afterwards. And then the other one, also sophomore year in high school, Jane Eyre. So this I read as summer reading and came to talk about it in English Lit and Ms. Avina's class, which was like one of my favorites. And I read it before, the big twist, the big secret, the like astonishing conclusion, the, what would you call it? Iconic final chapter line. Like, yes, now as a reader and part of the book community, I know how problematic the British colonialist view of the narrator is. And, you know, that's taken with a grain of salt. But the love story and the redemption and the discovery of independence and standing up for yourself as a woman in the 19th century, like this couldn't be beat. So that really opened part of my brain to the light as well. So I loved Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. So there we go. Anita's saying it wasn't a book for her. It was a short story, All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury. And I'm not surprised it's a Ray Bradbury. Interesting. I've only read Fahrenheit 451 from him at school and really liked it. I should probably revisit, but yeah, I'd love to hear more about that. That's really cool. All right, so books change your life. We're on to question 12. What simple invention improved the world? And for this one, I have a video clip. So bear with me here. I'm going to put this up as a picture-in-picture. And I mean, a simple invention that changed the world. So I thought about this, and I'm like, well, there's all these stupid engineer answers that I don't feel qualified to put out there. But when I looked around, when I was doing my answers for this tag, I saw something that I thought could change the world, and especially if we're going to have an energy revolution and have distributed generation and think more about our impact on the earth and our carbon footprint on the planet. Like, whoo, I'm getting riled up. Okay, taking a breath. I looked around and saw this thing, and I thought that is a simple invention that could change the world in a different context. So I'll just put this up and let you taste the magnificence, because it's really pretty too. Is anyone wondering what this is? Pretty. Yay. And I could be just like a cat. I could watch those refracted lights for an afternoon. But that is just a sun catcher. Let me remove here. I just shared a video clip with picture in picture in case anyone's wondering how that was done. And this is just something my mom has put in both of her kitchens. And it's a little solar cell with a copper coil and a battery that powers a little turntable. I don't know what else to call it, and turns these crystals in the sun. And so you get little refracted light all over the place. And it's a mood lifter, and it's also a cat toy. And I feel like the same technology that had a mill turn around a donkey is being employed here, but with electricity. And we could do a lot with it to change the world. If someone was so engineering minded, if John is still here, what could we do with this technology? That would be fun. Yeah, Maggie's saying so pretty, and Leo saying rainbows. I know. Did you see the rainbows yesterday? I just put up Instagram pictures with rainbows and then the moon, because I have a view across and the moon was gorgeous, but the rainbows right before were also pretty excellent. So I hope you got to see the rainbows from the other side of the river. Leo is a Portland fellow denizen, so trading rainbow stories. Gotta do it while I have the chance. So there's my simple invention. Question number 13, favorite movies / TV shows. So next on the list, movies and TV shows. So the TV shows, I guess I don't have show and tell for, so I will say them first. I really liked watching Downton Abbey last year. It's the first time I watched the whole series, not like the extras, the Christmas and the whatever is coming up now, but like the original series, and found it excellent. Also, Madam Secretary with Taya Leone as the first Secretary of State. That had like 6 seasons or more, but that was a little older, maybe a few years ago, that I think I watched the last one on Netflix. So they're both on Netflix. And yeah, I'm not a binge watcher, but those were very enjoyable, and I could parcel them out very responsibly. Thank you very much. Oh, Leo's saying, "Oh no, I missed them yesterday." Oh, you're probably hard at work. This is fine. You can see the picture in my stories if you check it out today. Oh, okay. Thank you, John. He says, I'm a little miffed that you called a motor a turntable. Okay, it's a motor, but then what's the thing that's turning the crystals on the outside? What's the actual mechanical thing that's like the same as the mill that I'm thinking about? That's what I don't have a word for. Motor man here, setting me straight. And then Maggie says, I think those laundry soap sheets are the greatest because no more plastic soap bottles. Yes. You know, when I was growing up, they had I remember I saved forever, like a little cardboard business card holder type thing. Like that's the shape you would see. And you opened it up and it had those laundry soap sheets, although it was hand soap sheets, and you could put them underwater and it would have saponin in it. And I just remember like it was, I guess, supposed to be for scenting drawers or something, as well as actual use. And I held onto it for as long as I could because I didn't see anything like that anywhere else. So it was just special. Yeah, that would be good to bring back, because one of the problems we have today is with plastic and shampoo, body wash, like all those things come in single-use frickin' plastic. So I think Maggie's on to a good idea here. I'm going to start putting that out. That's a good one. John says it's just called gears. It's not very convincing. I need a fancy term, John. Ben is reinforcing you, however, with gear. All right. Okay. Fine. 2 opinions. I will say gear. Barrett's here. Hey, hey, Barrett. I'm just messing up everything. Sorry to be late. Double booked with Colin's stream. Yes, I saw Colin and Bex. I think were on today. Aw. But was I going to miss Margaret? No. And I'll just hang around longer so that I can get all the people who trying to do both. So it works out. It's all good. I've mentioned your name a couple times earlier on the stream, so you do have to go back and watch the earlier thing about the books that changed my life. So there you go. Oh, we're getting maxims of the day with John here saying a good engineer isn't fancy. Well, there we go. All right, we'll take that to the bank and see if it works. So I've just covered my favorite TV shows, and let's move to movies. I've got Austenland with Carrie Russell. This is about a woman who is who realizes she's a mess, and instead of being able to do anything about it, goes to this like luxury park where you can act out your dreams of being a Jane Austen heroine. So more on that later, perhaps with another question. So hang tight. I love it. I watch it multiple times a year. Then we have The Holiday with these fine actors and actresses, all amazing. Hilarious, also comedic. So romantic comedy about 2 women who do a house swap between Los Angeles and outside London. And the people they meet and the things they learn and the great lines that are in here that I have to say are from the female gaze. I will put that in there in case anyone is wondering what that is. This is a good example. It's got a female director, and so it's just one of those really good romantic comedies that I revisit once again multiple times a year. And what else do we have but the Jane Austen herself? This is the older version of Persuasion. This is with Kieran Hines and Amanda Hale, I believe, and it's from the 90s. And Persuasion is Jane Austen's final novel that is a masterpiece. And it's about second chance love, if you're looking for the romance trope, but also family and social status anxiety and secrets and all these things. And so the adaptation, this one I just love. So yes. Okay, so that's the movie one. What do we have next? Question number 14. Question number 14. Describe yourself using 3 fictional characters. Ooh, okay. So, final, like show. No, I have one more. Show and tell props here. We've got Amélie. Who's seen this one? This used to be a favorite movie, but I haven't watched it in forever, so I can't really call it that anymore. In French, it's called Le Fabuleux Destin d'Amélie Poulain, which is just a longer way of saying Amélie and her fabulous destiny. She's a quirky bride in Paris who sort of doesn't get along and is afraid of things and sort of sets something in motion that she has to follow through with, and then it ends up opening her life possibilities, and it's super fun and funny, and the soundtrack is great. So 2001, this was a banger of a movie. So I definitely want to channel Amélie. Then we've got from Laurie R. King's The Beekeepers Apprentice. And yes, I am the hashtag queen of books you've never heard of, because I think a lot of people miss this one on BookTube for some reason. This is the first in a long-running series by a San Francisco crime writer called Laurie R. King. She's amazing. She has this historical mystery series, but also a contemporary lesbian detective series, and they intertwine at one point. So if you want a mystery, pick this up. But the reason I would say use Mary Russell to describe myself is that she is someone who is like reeling from a lot of trauma, but has her bearings set on what is important to her in life, and basically is like someone on the bunny slope, like holding on to that toe line. Maggie just used this metaphor, so it's in my head for some reason. Holding on to that toe line and like hand over hand pulling herself through life, solving crimes and, you know, kicking ass and being awesome. So Mary Russell's on my list. And then the third fictional character, you're not surprised, are you? Maisie Dobbs from Jacqueline Winspear's also long-running historical mystery series. So there we go. And Maisie Dobbs is someone who has survived World War I to come up from poverty and being a servant in a household to her abilities giving her opportunities that others would not have. She has apprenticed to the first like real medical examiner who's also a consulting detective. And so in between the wars in London, she's doing her practice as a woman-owned business, which is like pioneering, and also has this, not medical examiner is really the wrong word. Psychologist and investigator is what she calls herself, because it's like this new crazy science that Freud started. And so she uses psychology to think about the crimes that are unfolding. And also there's some spy stuff that comes into play when we start getting close to World War II. And she just has a heartfelt way of communing with the people who are hurt in the situation she's involved in. So whether that be the perpetrator or the victim, and figuring out what's going to happen. And it's amazing. So this is what I aspire to. And can you see like what I'm trying to draw on with my 3 fictional characters? Sorry, I cut off the sound. I think it's something resembling gumption. So if you've watched The Holiday, you'll get that joke. But if you haven't, you definitely need to watch The Holiday. Kate Winslet is the queen in that. So yes. So those are my 3 fictional heroines. Oh, Melissa's here. Hey, Melissa. She says, love Amelie. Excellent. Barrett's saying, it's Maisie Dobbs. I'm in. TBR will collapse at some point, but hopefully I'm nowhere near the stack when it topples. Yes. Ooh, and spy stuff. Yes, Maisie Dobbs is amazing. Gumption. Love it. So Leo, I think this means Leo has seen the movie, because Kate Winslet has a great line from that. So yes, thank you, Leo. Number 15. Oh my gosh, we have to go up to 25 and I'm halfway through. Oh, we're doing good. Okay. So number 15 is, what was your dream job? And they put it in past tense here, which is interesting. So 15, my dream job, I said, would be to be a historical interpreter. This is also surprising no one. Because, why? Because this combines an amount of theater practice where you're putting on another persona and you're getting to explore the emotions and experiences of another character, while also educating people. So you get to scratch that like teacher itch if you're someone who likes to impart knowledge, who likes to do research, who likes to incorporate the research into some kind of act and then teach it to people. And you get to wear cool costumes and be a bit of a weirdo, which is just a bonus. And, you might even get to use an accent if you're going to be doing this in a different country, which would be super cool, because I yearn to do that without making a fool of myself. We'll see if it happens yet. So there we go. Oh, Leo had to take a work call. Turn off sound and rewatch. Sounds good. Good plan. Hello, Barrett. SHU frog. Shoe frog? Shoe toad? I'm not sure what this means. I'm thinking of Devon's calling us stream frogs when we're hopping from stream to stream. I don't know what the shoe means. So help me out here, Maggie. SHU. Oh! Stream hoppers unite. Wow. That is excellent. That is excellent. Thank you for translating for me, Barrett. I love it. All right. So historical interpreter. And I mean, I don't know much about ancient times, but I could start anywhere in the, say, 17th century with the stays and the dresses. Excuse me. 18th century to like farthingales. 19th century to bodices. And, if you're going to go up to Scotland, you could wear the Eyre. And 20th century early, like war reenactments of World War II, World War I. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to be learned there, and I don't know, I think it could be fun. It's storytelling in a different guise. So if you know of any historical interpreter opportunities, call me. All right, we're on to question number 16. If magic was real, what spell would you learn first? First of all, magic is real. We're just gonna, dispense with that illusion. But spells aren't. So what spell would I learn first? And what I put down here was to make lies visible. How awesome would that be at this point in history where we are right now? So if we could make lies visible, I don't know. I haven't envisioned it, but I imagine like a smoking cloud of something where you can show in front of people the metal, METTLE, of what someone is saying and whether it's a lie or not. And I realize there are things that are on the line that, you know, oh, you know what I just read? Herrick's End. I read the arc of my friend T.M. Blanchett's YA fantasy, Herrick's End, and they had, as a very small plot point that's not spoilery at all, a potion that you drank called Dark Heart that showed like you would keel over and die if you were full of darkness, and maybe not die. I don't know. Didn't happen to anyone. But this could be like that. Like the spell would be show your metal, and it would be showing whether it's like, I don't know, happy colors or sad colors or something, and it'd be in a cloud of smoke. That would be my cool spell. So feel free to chime in with your spells in the chat. I like it. Sounds cool. That would be fun. I think you're talking about historical interpreting or the spells. Could be the spells. So yeah, if magic was real, that would be my spell. Question number 17. Share a favorite childhood memory. Okay, this is my last little show and tell thing here we got. And just, demonstrate the innocence again. This is myself and my brother. We're both pretty dorky here. So that's Bill. And that's me. And we're both in Catholic school uniforms, so don't laugh too hard. And that's our dog, Fred, who's behind the fence there. And we're going off to school because this is how we went to school. We never used a school bus. We started off walking with our dad and the dog, and then we ended up graduating to bikes, and we would ride our bikes to school. And I mean, I wouldn't say it's a favorite childhood memory, but it's part of the whole living in town and I don't know, feeling like we kind of had a childhood from another age because so many people were driven everywhere and are in places where you're not close enough to school to drive. And I also missed out on all that like school bus bullying jazz. So that was probably a good thing to do as well. So I just took this out of the photo album. And this is the new and improved uniforms, by the way. I looked and I couldn't find a picture of me in the old uniform, but this is like, I guess this is 7th grade, 6th grade and before, 5th, 4th, anywhere, somewhere in there, they switched from the god-awful, ugly, black, white, gray, yellow pattern that was like so scratchy. If you had dry skin, it would tear your skin. And we went over to like cotton shorts and being able to wear shorts as girls instead of having to wear the jumpers and the skirts, which was horrible. So that was the new and improved version. Favorite childhood memory. I'm getting off track here. Here we go. Okay, so Maggie says that would be very traumatizing for politicians and lawyers. That's what we're after, Maggie. I love it. You're getting it. Barrett is awing at the picture. Yep. This is the second childhood picture that's come out to play today. He says that uniform is gold. I don't know about that. Ben is pointing out the puppy, our dog Fred in the picture. He says, I too remember the carefree days when we walked a mile to school. I can't tell if this is sarcasm or what, but so many old timers, boomers, will say this and people just look at them like they're out of touch. And I'm like, I'm a millennial. I did it. So yeah, Maggie says, I remember riding bikes from sunrise to sunset in the summer. Right? Yeah. This is good times. Good times. So I like the childhood memories coming out. This is good. Question 18. What is your favorite social media platform and why? Ooh, okay. So social media platform, I said YouTube or Twitter. YouTube because that's how I've connected with so many great people like all y'all. And Twitter because of the GIFs. And I'm going to say it GIFs, and you can't do anything about it because I'm the only one on the screen. So deal with it. Yeah, so that's a very short answer because I'm not going to go into all the social media stuff here. But yes, deep dive elsewhere on the channel if you're interested. Bert says, I did both depending on the house. My mom was a house flipper, so 22 homes by the time I was 18. Oof. Longest we were in one home was 7 years, and I walked a mile to and from school today. And is that a positive childhood memory? Like, did it come out to be a good one for you? Did the bus too? That was a whole other culture and experience. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah. Oof. Oof. We're at question 19. I think before 25. So after 24, I'll do the giveaway. I've got my little giveaway screen waiting here. I'm going to give 3 things away, 2 now and 1 in the next 24 hours for people who can't come during the live. And I'm going to use the little giveaway wheel for the 2 during the live. And then I'll just pick the other one randomly off of a spreadsheet later. So you get to pick. There's 3 choices in the description. And whoever's first will get to pick the first one. So that is going to be something coming up after question 24. But for now, we're on question 19. Yeah, I buried the lead. Sorry. If you could pick any book character, who would you spend the day with? Ooh, okay. Character I would spend the day with. Ooh, I have this one on overlay. I think I do. Let's see if she can come out to play, because I don't have the book with me anymore. Boom. So yep, there we go. Not scooted over far enough. The character in this book is named Alex Carter, I believe. And the book is, in case you can't see, A Solitude of Wolverines by Alice Henderson. Alice Henderson is one of my new favorite authors. She writes thrillers, which isn't my normal cup of tea, but A Solitude of Wolverines combines science knowledge with like someone with a conscience in nature trying to survive the wilderness, and then throws a crime in for making it a murder mystery. So if that sounds attractive to you, run out and get A Solitude of Wolverines. And then her next one is Blizzard of Polar Bears, which came out just a few months ago. So Alex knows how to set traps. She knows how to survive in the wilderness. She knows how to be patient. She knows how to survive in the cold. She is just an amazing person. She does have some like relationship issues and maybe like distancing things to work out, but I'm excited to read more about her journey on that front later. And so I would definitely want to hang out with her and hear about her science background and the travels she's done and the animal field studies. If Beth Ann is watching this later, like I think she would really enjoy this series. So she'd be a really cool person to hang out with. And I don't have the book because I lent it to my sister, who is a thriller reader in Sacramento. So that's why I don't have it now. But I'll get it back someday. Oh, I need to catch up on some chat. Sorry, guys. Melissa says, yes, someone else who pronounced Jif with the soft G. Oh, our little things. Yeah. Ben says 100% positive. I used to wander and explore the woods along the way with my friends. Oh my gosh. It's like, is that Stand By Me? Yeah, it's like those classic 80s movies in the woods. Barrett says it was all good. Like the nomad life too. Haven't completely shaken it. Oh, I like that. Ben says, as long as I got home before my parents, I was good. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you that story another time when I didn't get home before my parents expected me. That would be fun, Ben. Totally. Maggie says, we moved every 2 to 3 years when I was growing up, and I love that my children have spent their lives on the same farm. Oh, okay. So you had a different experience than you gave to your kids, but you like the difference. I can appreciate that. Or it says, okay, you have talked about this book more than once, so I will get on it. Yeah. Alice is such a sweetheart too. So the author like deserves support in my corner. I'm willing to spend time on that. Ben says, oof, sorry, Maggie, that seems disorienting. Yep, she sounds like who I want to get trapped in the wilderness with. Yeah. I love that too, Maggie. Oh, Nia is here. Hello, Nia, Vixen of Fiction. Ben, oh no, Maggie's saying to Ben, I met lots of interesting people to turn into book characters. Hey, there you go. Silver lining of the moves. I like it. I was saying hey to Nia, hey to Barrett. Cool. So we're caught up in the chat. Awesome job, guys. Number 20. So question number 20 is actually, what's your spirit animal? But I don't think this is an appropriate question anymore because it's kind of culturally appropriative of indigenous tribes who had spirit animals and had specific spirit quests to find the animal that spoke to them. So, because that is not part of my background, I do not have a spirit animal. Question number 21. What old person thing do you do? Okay, this is why I put bunny slippers on my thumbnail. If anyone noticed, there's bunny slippers in the corner. The old person habit that I have is wearing 4 layers of clothes and slippers inside. And I'm not wearing 4 layers now because when I talk, I tend to heat up. But I am wearing my favorite slippers ever, which are super old. These are moccasins that my dad got me from a place we visited. They're made by hand by workers on craft people on a reservation. I'm trying to think if it's on the Canadian side or the American side. Probably the American side. The Huron-Wendat Nation. And so they have lasted for a good decade, and they're like my favorite present ever. They're just the greatest slippers, and that is my old person habit that I'm sharing with you today. There we go. Question 22. Question 22. Do you have a hidden talent? And I don't know how hidden it is, but I would say harmonizing. So if any of you know or are familiar with the Waylon Jennies, they have a song that I first heard called The Parting Glass, which is a classic folklore song. And they do a great job harmonizing during that. And I would be hard pressed to be able to do some of those parts, but that's the style of harmonizing that I do. And so when I listen to other people singing bluegrass or folk songs or pop songs, even, I'll be able to like harmonize in the background. I learned to do this in 5th grade with Christmas carols. So there's like some early seeding, but mostly it's just like a natural ear for it and not any sort of training. So that is my hidden talent that I would, I don't know, love to share at some point when we can all be in the same room together. So yeah, that will happen sometime, I'm sure. Maggie says, same, all the layers and soft footwear, right? Oh, look, my dad is here watching. Oh my gosh. I shouted out the slippers that my dad gave me, and he's here to tell me it's on the Quebec side. So the Huron-Wendat reservation that he got the slippers from were on the Quebec side. Excellent. Yay! Thanks for chiming in, Dad. Barrett says, interesting. Love some harmony. Can't wait to join a karaoke sesh. I know, and I said I would do this in February, didn't I? So we'll see. We'll see when you're back on your feet. There's no rush, right? Yeah. Ben says, nice skill. I see where the idea for karaoke night came from. Yeah, I know. Play to my strengths. That's what you do on the social media channel. And Barrett says, hi, Margaret's dad. She's the bee's knees. So there we go. My booktube, authortube friends standing up for me here. Thank you so much. Question 23. We're almost there. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh boy. Okay, so I have to read this one because I had to think about it. In 5 years, I have 5 more publications out. Be they what they are, what they will. I'm freelancing work for people. We'll keep that vague, see what it is. And I am making enough money to pay a lawyer, an accountant, and a web designer. So I have connected with my reading audience enough to have a stable income. I have smartly prepared the way for business professionals to help keep me in my lane so that I can do more of the things that I know and love and let other people do the things that they are good at and want to get paid for. So that is the goal in 5 years. I hope you're all here with me to see it happen. So that is my wish to the sky. There we go. And yes, thank you, Barrett. Don't forget the like button if you haven't liked the stream yet. So that's 23, 24. Okay. 24, share an item and tell us its significance. So I'm going to do another sort of post-processing thing and say, I'm going to put a card up here that says, that points you to my last summer AuthorTube video about author artifacts, because I was really proud of this one and I don't think it got much play. Basically, I had authors on to talk about artifacts from their writing process. And for some of us, that was like the first time we did a thing, and it was like the draft or the physical object. For me, I actually still have it right over here. For me, it was this. This is from my second book. This is one of the things that I bought to give away at a book fair that I went to, because I gave this toy to one of the characters in Dulcie's Legacy and had them use it as a sort of communication thing. So that was just kind of fun. It's an artifact, and that is its significance. So if you are an author that does book events in real life, cross your fingers and we get back to that. It means that you've got a box somewhere with stuff, with props, with display stands, and probably inventory. So your paperbacks are sitting there. So if anyone else knows that life, hit me up. But yeah, so that was good, and it was a great panel. So I definitely recommend you go back and watch it. It'll be up in the cards or at the end of the video. Barrett saying, I would love to not have to do my own web design either. Yes to the lawyer and accountant. You'll do it sooner, but good goal. We'll see. We'll see. And Maggie's saying, authors, artifacts. That sounds so interesting. I know. I thought it was a great idea, and we had great people on. Pay was on, JD was on, and I'm not going to remember the fourth person because, of course, I didn't look it up beforehand. But I did that out in the backyard in Sacramento, and it was a beautiful day, and I got a mosquito bite, and that's what I remember. So sorry, guys. That's where we are. Yes, it is a cool idea. All right, and so that was question 24. So guess what we're going to do now, folks? We're going to do our picture-in-picture of the giveaway as we scramble. If anyone is lurking there who wants to be entered in the giveaway, all you have to do is enter a comment, and I'll give like 10 more seconds for people to enter a comment in the chat if they're interested, and you'll get to pick the first of 3 prizes today. So 5 seconds. Maggie's saying, I made coffee cups that say the Wild Anemone Bakery, Pagosa Cliffs, Colorado, before I published any of the Pagosa Cliffs books. See, that that is boss energy I'm talking about. You put it before, I like it. You put it before the success because you have confidence that the success will happen. Excellent. Ben saying, huzzah. Barrett saying, wait, there are prizes? Yes. I didn't put it on the thumbnail. I don't know, Freudian slip? I don't know. But I did put it in the tweets. I was doing giveaways and stuff. So I think that's enough time. I think all y'all that have been here have put in comments. So let's go ahead and pull the first giveaway and hope it isn't me. I don't think I've commented a single time today. Let's see if it's showing up. Yay! Yay! Penumbra Mine MM Ward. So that is Mama Maggie Ward. You are the first winner. So in case you're not able to look into the description box, what we have is either $15 to spend at bookshop.org. So that's the price of a paperback. Custom bookish package, meaning like I put together a little package and wrap it up with a bookmark and stickers and a notebook and a book of some sort, depending on your tastes, or a guest spot on my channel, or an honest book review. So that is like the services level. So whichever one you feel most called to accept, you get to choose first. So let me know in the chat. And then we'll pull our second winner of today. And then I will tag my people and we'll be all good. Under an hour for today. Awesome! Oh my gosh, yay! Okay, so Maggie's picked number 3, which means either a guest spot on my channel or an honest book review. So I will be, let me know if Twitter or Instagram is best to get in touch with you, Maggie, and I will shoot you a message about which one you want to do and like the timing on that. So yay! Congratulations, Maggie. Thank you so much for coming by and commenting. People are saying congratulations, Maggie. And Barrett says those are stellar prizes. Smart to use your services. Ooh, I'm getting a little kudos here from the head marketer and author tube town. The marketer in me is impressed and loving the idea. Sweet. All right. Cool. Well, Maggie's our first winner. And since StreamYard's giveaway tool is so easy, I'm just going to draw again with the same entries. So here we go for the remaining 2 prizes. Do. Okay, well, Maggie won again. I don't think that's allowed. Apparently, it can happen, but I think I'm gonna draw again just because we want to spread some of the love. Sorry, Maggie. I know you're gonna like get a what's it called in hockey? A 3. Yay! Okay, so Melissa, Melissa, Fully Booked is our second winner. So I'm catching up here on the chat. Maggie saying thank you for the opportunity. Yay, Maggie. And Melissa saying laughing out loud. Ben is saying double trouble because Maggie won twice. Redo. Thank you, Maggie. But apparently Barrett says you should definitely buy a Powerball ticket today. Excellent. So Melissa is our second winner. Melissa, if you heard the prizes, what is left is the Bookish package, which I'll pack up according to your taste or your inclination of the day, with a notebook and a bookmark and all that kind of stuff, and send to you. It shouldn't be too hard in Ontario area, or $15 gift card on bookshop.org, which you should also be able to access in Canada. So let me know which one you would like. And that will leave the last one for our 24 hours winner. Yay, Melissa. Nia's here, but it's going to go pick up the kiddos. Bye, Nia. We love the package, but Canada postage might be prohibitive. I don't think so. If it's more than $15, I will let you know, but let's stick with that. And I will check right after this broadcast and message you to tell you which one it is, and then we'll know which is left for the last winner, and then I'll draw 24 hours later for the last winner. Yay! Okay. Ooh, that was fun. See? I guess I should have made a bigger deal out of it beforehand, but that's fine. We got hardcore supporters here that got to win the prizes and be here for the chat and laugh at all my funny jokes. So that worked out. But yay. Sounds good. Excited. Excellent. Okay, so then the only thing that is left is to tag my people. For this tag, I'm tagging JD Estrada, Valerie Geary, and Katya Weinert. Read, write, create. So those are the 3 channels I'm going to tag for this one. I loved hearing your guys' answers in here in the comments as well, with your books that changed your life and your favorite childhood memories. So if you're watching this after for the replay, feel free to put your comments in with your favorite childhood memories or books that change your life. Those are kind of my favorite questions. And any comments that are entered on the video after this in the first 24 hours will be entered for the final prize, which is a $15 gift card to bookshop.org. So how exciting. So Nia is out. Bye, Nia. This was so fun. Maggie's clapping. We're very excited. Okay, so I think that is it for me today, everybody. Let me just remind you the ongoing things. We've got the sign-up sheet for the Black Author Tube Readathon. Ben is here, and he has already put up his video with his book review of D.L. Tillery in the Served Cold Horror Anthology, which was awesome. So I put that on the spreadsheet, and we'll be making up a playlist of everyone who reads and reviews for that, because we're trying to get visibility for Black authors on the YouTubes. That's the only thing I'm going to take up time to promote today, and we're good. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming by, and I'm just going to dance here for a second because this is post-processing experimenting. This is going to be the last few seconds. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Okay, have a great rest of your week, and talk to you guys soon.